The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6". First down. Blake throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
To throw on second down. Blake, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The offense on your screen now, and Todd Gurley on your screen. That is the back of the present and the future.
And what an amazing return for him from a knee injury his last year in college at the University of Georgia. Now it's like it never happened. There's nothing he can't do on the football field. And if you're a defense, that's a long day trying to prepare for Todd Gurley.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And that was textbook 3-4 defense. Normally the defensive line just eats up blocks. In this case, they ate up the blocks and still made the play against the running game. Really, really nice job.
Throwing on third. Goff. And that is incomplete.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
However you measure DeForest Buckner, 6'7", 6'8", it really doesn't matter. He looks like a basketball power forward. And the one thing that he always focuses on and concentrates on is leverage. How does he drop his pad level so he can get down there and compete with the blockers of the NFL?
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Josh Reynolds. And it's 3rd down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the gun, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with Riddle. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They're the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now, not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Let's go!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Blake, Bryant with a catch right side. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. From the gun, Blake. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
It's interesting how we label routes. You know, some people might call this a hitch. For me, a hitch is a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, about 1 to 3 yards deep. A lot of people might call this a dig route, going this deep on a 3rd and 7 to pick up the first down. Others just call it a stick route. Get to the right point, stick in that spot, and let them hit you with a pass. No matter what, they did pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down. Blake, throw left side, complete. That's Greer. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a handoff as they run left side. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground at the 41-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Blake. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Blake throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Wide open receiver complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this win is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. They'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Second down here after the incomplete pass. To throw again. Blake. It's caught by Bryant. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down. The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Blake. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Operating from the gun, Blake. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Let's go!
Back to throw again. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Gould now out to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. He finds an opening past the 40. Touchdown, LA! A great effort there. digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. Nifty move. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Play fake. Blake. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Niners on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Blake finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To throw on 3rd down. Blake, and he fires one, but incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, and it's 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the 1st down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the 1st half.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something?
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Dances by him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. Their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with the crowd.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
3rd and long. It's Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On 1st and 10, Blake. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for him.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. On 1st down, Blake. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, It almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Gold to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Gold now out to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, nice move. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. On 1st and 10, Goff. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So 2nd and 10 here. Out of the gun, Goff. And his throw is incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is gone. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get to the highlights. The Rams are not moving the ball through the air for a 2nd straight week. The 49ers defense will hope they can force that trend to continue in the second half. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Rams on 2nd and 7. The hurry throw would be picked off. 49ers defense gets off the field with the turnover. Now following the interception, the connection is made in the middle of the field. and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. As they get out to a 7-0 lead. Rams have it early in the second. Caldwell's got a running lane here, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown, as that'll tie the score at 7-all. 1st and 10, Bryant's looking for room to run, and this long run goes for a touchdown. Now to late in the second, Dunlap's able to get free for the deep pass. And a quick 3-play drive ends with a score as they go out in front, 14-7. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get you back out west to Los Angeles as we rejoin Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now it's Goff. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. From the gun, Blake. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. operating from the gun. Blake, and he fires one incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more? Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Blake. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 there. And just like that, it's third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Here's Goff. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Now a handoff as they run left side. Oh, able to avoid him. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Blake. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 19.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Looking to throw on second down. Blake, and it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the run with the ball.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Blake. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, ended up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Now they try the right side here. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. To throw on second down, Blake. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Off play action. Blake. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flash back to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 3rd down, Blake, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Second down now after the incompletion.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Rams on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Now a handoff here to his running back. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, it's Bryant. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I get the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On first down, gone. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. On 2nd and 10, gone. The catch made by Pharaoh Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Goff on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, here's Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Throwing is Mannion. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go! Blue landing! Blue landing!
Here's Mannion. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll drop the throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The previous play is under review.
The Rams on 3rd down, an almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, go down. Let's go! 190!
Now a handoff as they run left side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A road win, and the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it.